it's Kayla.
Good morning. It's day 3 of Vlogmas, and our decorations still aren't up, but that's okay. Let's see. I'm about to go check up on my laundry because I started that and I need the clothes for work. But I wanted to do like a tarot spread because I've done a tarot spread for probably about a little over a year, every month, just to kind of see what the month will bring. And so we will do that together after I go get my laundry. Okay, so this is the tarot thingy that I'll be using. It's called Force of Enchantment Tarot, and my boyfriend Leo got this for me for my 21st birthday. And yeah, so we're gonna use this. I've used this a few times already, and it was pretty interesting. So I'm gonna get this out. And I can never get all the cards out at the same time, but yeah. Okay. So how I had it is that there are some cards that are upside down, and there are some cards that aren't, and whatever happens, we're just gonna shuffle it all together. This is the guidebook that I use. So get that out of the way. And I usually just go and shuffle it until however many times I feel like it's good. And then I don't always shuffle like the same way. It just depends. Oh, this card over here kind of jumped out at me, so I'll keep it like that. So that will be the first card. Usually whenever cards like fly out of the deck, I like to think that it's because I need to see the card. I take it like a sign almost, and so here we are. I'm really nervous. I've never done this on camera before. I don't even know how many, but I feel like maybe one more is good. I'm not the best at card shuffling either, but here we are. Okay, and then I usually like take a moment of silence to set my intentions, so So usually how I like to do it is I do a card for love, career, and wellness. And so this is the first card, and since logically that should be love, so I'm gonna, I feel like I normally do it from the top, but I don't feel like doing it for the top this time. I'm gonna do one in the middle. Spice it up. Let's see. Okay, so if anything comes upside down, then I will, kind of decipher what that means if we cross that bridge, but here we go. So this card is for love, and this is 3 challenges. It's really funny, actually, that this card jumped out at me, because when I was shuffling originally, I, kind of, saw on the back, on, the bottom of the deck, that it was a 3 of challenges, oh, that's a really interesting card, and I would like to, kind of learn what it means. So it's interesting that I already saw this card and it popped back out to me. So this is love, and let's see. This is so I learned, or I read that when you're looking at tarot cards, you can usually look at the card and the art in it to try to see what the message and the meaning could be. And yeah, so it's kind of based off intuition, but also whatever the actual meaning is. For me, when I look at this, I see abandonment. So to me, I interpret this as a dad who has to leave his 2 children, and so maybe like it's talking about how sometimes when things get hard, you have to leave things behind. That's my interpretation of this card. Yes. Okay. So next card, we got an upside down Ace of Challenges. So I'll turn it right side up just to see like what it can figure out. For me, I interpret this card as like a bird who was quick enough to capture like an arrow like before it hits itself. So like I'm assuming like in realms of like career and stuff, maybe this is like I'm ready for whatever comes at me. Yeah, like I'm on it, you know. That's how I'm gonna interpret it. But since it's upside down, I'm not really sure what it means, so we'll like have to look up what that means. And lastly, I got the White Heart, and I feel like I've gotten this card before. I don't remember what it's about, but I think this card makes me think of like kind of being alone in nature and like really taking the time for yourself to do self-care and, you know, just kind of escaping and being on your own. And that's how I'm interpreting this for like wellness and in general based off the picture. Okay, and then this was right side up. It's really interesting because I feel like most of the time when I do like my career card, it's upside down, but we'll see what it means. Okay, so again, this is the book that I use. Let's see, so 3 of Challenges. Also, with this tarot deck, not everything is what it's like normally. So if you look at this, it says like the Fools, the White Heart, the Magician is Enchanter, and things like that. So like this, the artist or the person who made the book, kind of changed up some of the stuff, but they still have the same meaning. So yes. Okay, so it says that Challenges is Swords. So if it were upside down, I'd look up like 3 of Swords or something. But anyways, I will look up 3 of Challenges now. Okay, 3 of Challenges. It says, it's easy to get lost in the woods. It is also easy to get rid of something there. A desperately poor man has brought his little daughter and son far into the forest, intending to leave them to their fate. At home, only slow starvation awaits them. Perhaps among the wild beasts their end will be quicker. This is a terrible moment. It is a moment when a father abandons his children. The children are puzzled, but they trust him. They will wait here for his return. Aw, that's so sad. You've probably heard a tale like this before. Alas, there have been many children abandoned in the enchanted forest. In the stories, they frequently do quite well for themselves, but the brutal betrayal is not easily overcome. This card signifies a hardening of emotions and fateful decisions made in a moment of weakness and fear. Oh. It is a warning to protect yourself, and it is also cautions against hurting others. There are many kinds of betrayal and many ways to break your own heart. Oh, man. Okay, and the meaning at a glance, it says betrayal, a heartless decision, yeah, an abuse of trust, a stupid and unnecessary drastic action. Everyone involved is hurt. Oh, my goodness gracious. A closer look. Magical brambles rapidly grow across the path, springing from the anguished tears of the fleeing father. Okay, so how I'm gonna choose to interpret this is that in my love life / relationship, there's gonna be a decision that I'm gonna make, and you know, I need to be cautious of the decision that I make, because it could be dumb and could end up breaking my heart and the heart of my boyfriend. So I don't know. We'll see how that comes to fruition, or if it does, or however it chooses to show up. Really, I forgot to mention that like I usually take tarot as like a guidance thing, not like a psychic this will happen thing. You know, so it's telling me to be cautious about my decisions I make. Okay, alright. Ace of Challenges. Again, so this is upside down, so I'll read what it's supposed to mean, like right side up first, and then I'll read what it means, and then I'll look up what it means as upside down. Okay. The Ace of Challenges. It says the enchanted ally for challenges is a white raven. Ravens are birds of fabled intelligence, both worldly and otherworldly. The white raven's particular expertise is strategic communication. He knows when you should speak and when you should be silent. His shrewd eye pierces to the heart of the matter. Call upon him only if you really want the truth. He is your spy, your advocate, your battle cry. The white raven says, think and stay alive. The raven's gift to you is a silver arrow that never misses its mark. Part of its enchantment is in the arrow itself, but the magic is completed through your focus and the ethics of your motive. If your aim is true, you cannot fail. Meaning at a glance: intelligence, discernment, insight, focus, communication, strategy, an advantage in a challenge or conflict element. And closer look. A pure silver arrow shot straight into the heart releases all evil from an adversary. This can be done on the etheric plane as well. Okay, that's interesting because that's not like the way I interpreted it. I didn't see it as like a raven gifting you, or like a bird gifting you an arrow to use on others. I saw it as like the bird saving the arrow from hitting you. So already the upside downness kind of makes sense, but okay, I'm gonna Google this and see what it says. Ace of Swords reverse meaning. When this card is presented upside down, it takes on a slightly different meaning and holds a different message. Yes. Generally speaking, the reverse version of this card suggests that you're going to enter a phase of mental struggle. You're going to find simple concepts difficult to understand. You might forget things more easily than usual, or you struggle to concentrate on the task at hand. As a result, you're going to make decisions that you may come to regret. This will be made worse by the fact that you'll spend a lot of time second guessing your decisions, and even when they're right. Oh no. Okay, so it has it talks a little bit about love and money, but since this is like I choose to interpret in terms of career, I'm gonna keep scrolling past the love part. Let's see. Okay. Peace of mind is one of the interpretations. It says, the Ace of Swords reverse meaning suggests that at your work you may find that you are struggling on a mental level. It might mean that your career simply doesn't offer the mental and intellectual challenges that you'd hope for, or perhaps you're out of your depth and you can't achieve the necessary results. The art of being cautious is another interpretation. It says, this card also suggests that while you may believe your financial situation is doing well, you're being encouraged to double check any balances, investments, or transactions. Something is off, and until you resolve it, you're simply allowing it to fester. That is so interesting. Okay, so for those of y'all who may not know, I'm graduating in like 9 days from college, and one of my main like things of like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna, like one of my main like mental like struggles, like not struggles, like one of the things that's been weighing up my mind recently, I guess, is what to do post-grad. And you know, there was one part of me for the longest time who was thinking like, oh yeah, I'm like totally gonna keep going, I'm gonna get my master's, and you know, and we're gonna go through this, and I'm gonna teach, and blah 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 blah. I know that I want to be a teacher, and that's what I've always wanted to, well, not always wanted to do, but you know, like more recently, that's what I wanted to do. And this entire time throughout college, I always thought to myself like, oh yeah, for sure, I'm definitely gonna like get my master's as soon as I graduate from, you know, so there's that. But the thing is, if I like go ahead and do the master's, then one, it's really expensive, and then two, it doesn't start till August. So since I'm graduating in December, it'll be December to August that I should find a job. And more recently, I've been thinking about like not pursuing my master's right away, and just going ahead and starting to teach, and kind of getting some of that experience, and then deciding later on down the road if I want to go ahead with my master's. And I kind of come to the decision that I just want to go ahead and start teaching. So it's really interesting to me that this is popping up right now, because I have definitely been thinking about like, what am I gonna do for the future, for like the upcoming future, where am I gonna work? And then we know that teachers don't get paid as much as they should, so there that is. So wow, I definitely resonate with what this is saying. My hand is so sweaty. Okay, lastly, the white heart, and I will interpret this in terms of like wellness, ideally. That's not it. Okay, the white heart. At the edge of the deep forest stands an invitation to enchantment. When you see a pure white deer, you are being called to follow it, and only the foolish would ignore such a beckoning. I'm gonna close out of this over here. Okay. And yet it takes trust to enter the forest, to explore the unknown and the uncharted. Mysteries await you according to what your soul needs for its journey. There are surprises around every bend in the woodland path, and often there's no path at all. The white heart opens a portal into the wild, and your own wild heart responds. Step forward through the swirling mist into the realm of apple and oak, ash and hawthorn, fir and willow, holly and hazel. There may be companions along the way and adversaries too. The first step into the forest must be taken on your own. The traditional name for this mysterious card is number 0 is the Fool, and it symbolizes the start of a new adventure that is undertaken with a pure and innocent heart. Pun here is intended. Follow your heart/heart. Meaning at a glance, a new beginning, accepting the invitation, going forth with trust. The journey begins. Follow your instincts. Closer look, the trees that are named in the description are shown in the card clockwise from the left. Each has a magical meaning. Apple corresponds to the other world. Oak is endurance. Ash is action. Hawthorn is protection. Fir is perspective. Willow is intuition. Holly is challenge. And hazel is wisdom. So this is not necessarily how I interpreted this card. But let me think about this. It makes sense because, for the longest time, most of my time and my mental health and everything has been tied to academics and, continuing my education to get my degree, which I now am at, and now we are facing a new beginning once I graduate. And then from there, who knows what's going to happen. Ideally, I get a job in teaching. Ideally, I am a good teacher and will teach for a long time. But wow, interesting. I always love whenever a card says, this is a new beginning and everything, because it just makes me really excited. I love the idea of a new beginning. But to put it all together, I guess, so, how, it fits, I guess. I'm graduating, and with that, I might make some decisions that are not good financially. I may not know what to do in work, or when I do, I maybe won't be doing the best job. And then my relationships, since I'm graduating and probably starting to work, I might make some decisions that are sucky. Yeah. Okay, so that's my, very compacted explanation of what I think the cards are trying to say. But if anyone does tarot and would like to try to interpret them, feel free to. I would love to hear what y'all think. I'm super not an expert or anything like that. But yeah, okay, so I'm gonna put the cards away, and then I will be getting breakfast, getting ready for work, those kinds of things. Hello, I'm about to leave in a few minutes to go to work, but I'm in my work attire minus the jacket. I work at a plant nursery, and that's pretty cool. I don't know when my next scheduled shift is after this scheduled shift, so I'm a little concerned, but it's okay if I don't have any more shifts, because I will find another job, because we all know there's so many jobs out there. But anyway, I just demolished a orange cranberry muffin, and it was pretty good. I'm not the biggest muffin person, but I've slowly gotten myself to become a muffin person. I'm going to fill up my water bottle with water, take my medication, and then we will bolt out the door. I just take lithium. That's it. Eventually, once I get a habit of taking lithium, then we'll up my dosage, but for now it's just 2 pills. It tastes like cardboard and I hate it. Okay, so I'm waiting for my lunch to microwave up, and then I'll take it, and then we'll go. Woohoo! Hello, I am now at work. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say, just that I'm at work. I'll probably try to vlog a little bit during my lunch break. I feel wrong if I were trying to vlog during my shift, but we'll see what I can get. And I'll be working until 5 today, and then my final exam for one of my classes is at 7, which is really unfortunate. But when I get home, I'll probably have dinner, maybe try to clean up a little, and then try to study a little bit before I have my exam, so yeah. Okay. An update, I got some free Christmas tree branches. There's huge aglaonema, Silver Bay I think, and I'm gonna take it home and we'll assess. So, an update, I was at work. It was an interesting day. I sort of met a basketball player for Duke. Apparently, according to one of my coworkers, he's famous, but and then, let's see, I kind of just, like, got back, and I kind of just chilled out for a little bit, and then I talked to my sister, who I feel like I haven't seen in forever because she's locked herself inside of Davis, studying nonstop, which is what I should have honestly done, but anyway, as you can see in the previous clip, I got a free plant, from my workplace, because it apparently has root rot, but again, I haven't assessed it yet because it's too heavy and I couldn't even lift it to my car and I had to have a coworker help me get it to my car. But I will figure out how to get it inside my house eventually. Either I have to get Leo or somebody to help me bring it inside, but yep, I'm excited for that. I'm just having dinner now. It's just 2 honey mustard chicken thighs. I like meal prep them and I'm like glad that this is probably my last batch or so because I am sick of it now. It was delicious the first few times. Now I'm tired of it. Let's see, what else? I think that's all for now. I have a final exam in less than 30 minutes and I'm like trying to cram all the information in my brain for then. In retrospect, it was not a good idea to have a shift before an exam, but what can you do when you're trying to get the bread? Okay, so yep, that's where we're at. Just chilling, stressing out a little bit. After my exam, which should end around 9:30ish, I'll probably go hang out with Leo and kind of decompress, and maybe we'll watch another holiday movie. I've been watching like a holiday movie each day of December, and it's kind of a nice little tradition. Yesterday, Carol, my roommate slash cousin, and we watched The Princess Switch, like the first one. So probably with her, eventually I'll watch like the second one. Tomorrow is, well, okay, like today is day 1 of Bath and Body Works candle sale, and I think tomorrow Carol and I are planning to go to Bath and Body Works to get some candles. It's supposed to be like the cheapest candles will be like the entire year. We'll see what happens though. I don't know if I'm really in the mood, to be honest, to get Bath and Body Works candles because I've been slowly trying to move over to like vegan soy wax, like natural smells and stuff like that for my candles, because I noticed that like sometimes with Bath and Body Works candles and like Walmart candles, the smell is super strong and it makes me have a headache. But yeah, I think that is all I have to share. I'm really nervous for the exam. I'm gonna go study that. See ya either right before or after or something. I'm about to start my exam in like a minute. Really nervous. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and log in, and when it's ready, I'll just keep refreshing until I can take it. But oh my goodness, I'm so nervous. I should probably grab my glasses so I can see. Oh, okay. Exam time, let's go! That was a really, really rough exam, and I think honestly, even if I had studied more than I did, I don't think I would have been able to do it because, oh my gosh, it was awful. Like, there were a lot of questions saying explain why like the reasoning works, and I'm just like, I don't have time to explain. I'm trying to do all these math problems. Also, our professor said that there would only be 15 questions, but it doesn't count as 15 questions if each question has ABCD parts to it. And yeah, it was just a whole hot mess, and I'm just really stressed out, and I don't think, like, I turned it in 30 minutes after I was supposed to turn it in because it was so rough. So yeah, my explanations were not great at all because I was rushing through everything. And I don't know, I think with math sometimes like your brain gets stuck, right? And so you go through the test doing like what you know first, and then you circle back to the ones you don't know, and then sometimes I don't know, it just a whole hot mess. I feel like we never get enough time on quizzes and exams and stuff in this class, but I turned it in, it's done, it's one off my list, I guess. But it's awful. I hate it so bad, so bad. Okay, I guess I'm gonna clean up because I made a big fat mess. I've used like 7 different sheets of paper to do my work and do my explanations and everything. My room is a hot mess and I just want to go to bed. But I told Leo that I would come over, so we'll see if I actually do. Yeah, but I have to go to the bathroom and stuff and clean up, get ready, whatever. So I will see you whatever happens next. So I ended up not really doing anything after that. I just kind of like was sad from my exam. And then I just went to bed. But yeah, okay. Thank you for watching this vlog. If you made it to the end, a 30-minute vlog is very abnormal for me. I usually don't make it past like 10 minutes, honestly. But like if you watched to the end, awesome. If you want to see more tarot stuff, or see me do more tarot stuff, I guess let me know by commenting down below or something like that. And then, yeah, tune in for tomorrow to see me go to a dance. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again.